You got to go deeper.
I gotta go deeper.
You ain't move them.
I gotta move them.
Hey, Shata. If y'all prophets get this, y'all going to get a liberation. Your word
My God.
has got to move them, but you got to reach down into the basement of where you don't want to go. It's not there, it's not landing. They're waiting for it.
They're waiting for me to go deeper.
No, they're waiting for the authentic prophet Joseph to come forth.
Got you. Oh. This. I should have just said that. This is the prophetic community.
This is the prophetic community.
This is the right prophetic
See,
community.
where you all are wrong at again. You are seeing the real him. So you keep on waiting.
Okay. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. All right. Will y'all demonize him? What are you going to do with him? We love her. We see on Monday night. We see on Monday night. Larry come. Let's give Larry a hand. Now I'm going to say this publicly. Come. We had a situation with something came out from years ago with Brian Carnes. You was there for that. Were you, you had just walked out. You missed that one. And now some of y'all won't believe this. He was trying to, Brian Carnes and now, we didn't talk for years. Brian Carnes and I, we talk every week now. And you talk with Brian Carnes.
Yeah.
How often?
Almost every week.
Every week. But you know what happened? It got down into the pain.
Yeah.
And took that which was a bitter root and rose it up as a fruit. And it so happened that I practiced this. This is not a one-shot deal. Jesus says you have to forgive your brother in how many times? 70 times 7 in a day. So that means every 3.5 minutes you got to practice forgiveness because it's going to keep coming up. Forgiveness is a practice, it's not a one-time shot. And most of us don't know how to forgive. And do you love this man, Larry Reed?
Absolutely.
I mean, how much do you love him?
I really love him.
How much do you really love him?
A leap.
Do you believe he loves you?
Yeah, we've known each other for years.
Do you believe I love you?
Yes, sir.
Do you
And
know
you've
that I
only
love you?
known me for a little time. Yes. I can tell by even just when you greeted me yesterday. Because I said I knew it was right for me to come just by your greeting.
Yeah.
Just by your greeting yesterday, I could tell. And you embraced me. And I feel like when we met in Atlanta, you embraced me as a son.
He does everybody like
Yeah. That's your spirit.
But Bishop, and I've been saying this since we met, there's a father fracture that an entire generation has. And now they're bishops, now they're apostles, prophets, and they end up on my show. And the thing, there's always this language barrier between the fathers and between the millennials. And I don't know, I was on the phone 3 hours last night with two very prominent millennial leaders, and this was the conversation. I mean, it's like I don't even know how to begin to fix it. Only thing I can do is expose it and talk about it and hope that somewhere in there, but I think the fathers have a barrier, and I think that the millennials have a barrier, and the language is not there.
And you know what? Grab my hand. Fix it doesn't work.
Okay.
Because see, if you fix a flat tire, it's still flat. But we got to transform it.
Okay.
And when we transform it, we got to create a new relationship. And the relationships are created through word. Right? What happened between Brian Carnes and I got created through word. And we got back and we laughed. We went back to the beginning because Brian Carnes, some of you know, he stayed in my home.
Wow.
We ate at under the same table. And we got down into some stuff. So all I'm saying is that the space is available. You can create such a clearing that can be so radical that this is how community got to get created. It's got to be created from within. And we really appreciate you giving us this moment.
Yeah.
Because you did give us a moment.
Well, I thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because, again, I had this conversation with him. There is no conversation.
There is no. What other father you know for real now?
I don't know.
That's going to take this time and do this.
But we keep playing victim. You're not children, you're sons, which means sons create fathers.
Okay.
See, fathers create sons when son had no language, but now that son has language, son creates father. You get saved in my church, and I get you saved as a bishop, but then based on how you generate me gives me bishop. Jesus turned around and said, "Who do men say that I am?" Then he says, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter spoke up, the one that cursed and swore, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Upon that, I'm going to build my church." We can only build as fathers on the identity that our sons give us.
This is what I said to the millennial said to me last night. He said, and he's a bishop, I said, can you embrace Bishop Jordan as your father? And he said, I respect him as a father, but I have one father. I said, what if Bishop Jordan, because you represent an entire generation, I said, needs you to call them father so they can show up as that.
Hold on a minute.
They said,
Hold on. I'm going to do something that's going to offend the millennials. Bishop Figueroa, can you please come down? This is one of the fathers in our city. Come and have a seat right there. Yeah. That's Timothy Figueroa's father. See, there would be some music you wouldn't even hear if he didn't release that seed.
Thank God.
See, that's what I'm talking. And he can preach too, right? Yeah, he can preach. So,
and how he saved his daughter, that's a great story.
Okay, so we're going to get rid of us.
So you, so you were representing, and I asked them. I said, "Well, can you?" Because they were asking me, "How am I able?" I have a great father who is a pastor and a great spiritual father who's deceased. But when I met you, I embraced you as a mentor. And when you call me son, what I say back?
Yeah.
You know,
Says
so
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
and I said, "Well, why is that not there?"
And then I
I
kind
said,
of
I said, "Why is that not there?" And they said to me, I would be offensive to my father if I embrace all of the fathers as a father." And you feel it? But see, I don't understand
feel like
that.
if you're a son, you can embrace any father.
Well, see, that
And
ain't
so,
what they said last
I
night.
feel like if you're
That's
a son,
good.
and this is how I was just taught. So when I come, and I was an armor bearer, so I was taught that when you come into my presence, and I honor you as a father. I might not even know you.
So would you do that to your father?
Plead the fifth.
He said, "Plead the fifth." This is a teaching moment, though, Bishop. Come on.
Prophets, if we can't get it right here,
Yeah.
then who's prophesying to the church?
Uh,
We got to leave our gift at the altar. We got to leave our what?
give
Where?
at the altar.
You got to leave your word of knowledge where? Your word of wisdom where?
At the altar.
Your gift of prophecy where?
At the altar.
And go and what? Reconcile.
But are we bringing our miters and our copes?
I didn't say, hold on. I didn't say none with Bishop. I said reconcile with your brother.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm
I'm your
trying to get
brother.
understanding from a community.
Hold on, I'm your brother. I got it that you have an offense with my office, but I can't help that. because the men that laid hands on me made that. I can't help it if you have a problem with me as a prophet. God made that. I can't help it if the white man of your soul hate the black man of my spirit. God made it. I am that. But Prophet Joseph, I can love you. I can love you as everything you are and even as everything you're not. I appreciate you. And I'll see you one day in your mitre. Because the very thing you hate is the very thing you become.
Oh, my God.
All right. Let's give him a hand. Bless you. All right.